1. Angels are often depicted with a halo above their heads. The halo is made of light. Light is the primary substance of the Spirit, due to its speed. 3. An angel slaughters 185,000 mighty soldiers. 1. Angels flying swiftly. Nevertheless, we may assume that angels can fly anywhere regardless of their wings. Besides, most references from the Bible do not mention wings, and in verses like in Genesis chapters 18, it clearly states that no wings are visible. The book of Daniel chapter 9 talks about flying angels, and we assume that wings are used for that flight.
Yea, whiles I was speaking in prayer, even the man Gabriel, whom I had seen in the vision at the beginning, being caused to fly swiftly, touched me about the time of the evening oblation. Daniel 9:21.
The speed that the angel Gabriel displayed to deliver the message was remarkable. Angels, as winged messengers, demonstrate rapid movement and no delay in carrying out the orders they receive. They run to and fro like lightning, as stated in Ezekiel 1:14. Sometimes they even seem faster than usual, executing their tasks with even more dispatch. This indicates that these angels were not only commanded to fly swiftly, but also empowered to do so. Their actions are always carried out in obedience to divine command and dependence on the strength that comes from God. Although they possess superiority in wisdom, they still fly swiftly or slowly according to direct guidance from God. This shows that angels, despite having power, remain subject to His will. Angels are often depicted with a halo above their heads. The halo is made of light. Light is the primary substance of the Spirit, due to its speed. Light is the fastest and most practical matter in the universe. And out of the silent planet, seas, Lewis explains the possible relationship. Matter is movement. If the movement is faster, then the moving thing is almost in two places at once. If you make it move faster and faster, eventually, the moving thing will be directly in all places. Well, at that moment, the thing above all things, so fast that it no longer moves, becomes the true thing so that it no longer becomes a thing at all. The fastest thing that touches our senses is light. We don't really see light. We only see something slower that is illuminated by it. So for us, light is at the very edge, the last thing we know before things become too fast for us. But an angel's body moves as fast as light. You could say that its body is made of light, but for the angel, it's not light. Its light is a movement faster, so that for us it's nothing, and what we call light. For the angel, it's like water, something that can be seen, something that can be touched and used for bathing. Even darker when not illuminated by what moves faster. And what we call solid matter, flesh and earth, is thinner for the angel and harder to see than our light, and more like clouds and almost nothing at all. For us, an angel is thin, a body that's half real that can penetrate walls and rocks. For the angel himself, he can penetrate rocks or walls because he is solid and strong, while rocks and walls are like clouds. And what is truly light for an angel and fills the sky so that it can jump into the pool of sunlight to refresh itself, for us is the dark sky at night. 2. The angel's army seen by the servant of prophet Elisha after his eyes were opened. We need to pray, like Elisha, that God will open our eyes to see what truly exists. This story should always make our hair stand on end every time we read it.
And when the servant of the man of God was risen early, and gone forth, behold, an host compassed the city both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him,
Alas, my master, how shall we do?
And he answered,
Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them.
And Elisha prayed, and said,
Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes, that he may see.
And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and, behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. And when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto the Lord, and said,
Smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness.
And he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elisha. To Kings 6:15-18.
Satan, or Lucifer, the ruler of this world, blinds people's eyes, thus deceiving them to their destruction. Conversely, when God opens their eyes, they can see themselves surrounded by two invisible armies. The spiritual warfare is a battle between good and evil in all forms, with the battlefield being the human soul. As Solzhenitsyn said, the line dividing good and evil runs not between nations or parties or armies, but right through every human soul. Not all evil comes from the devil. Not all evil is supernatural. Most of it is natural and comes from the world or flesh, though the sources of this evil are directed, used, and designed by demons. Our natural warfare is surrounded by supernatural warfare. We are surrounded by two invisible armies, and the loyal angelic army is greater and stronger than the rebellious angelic army. We urgently need to understand this vision again, first and foremost, because it is true and exists. In this vision, there are two truths. First, the bad news is that our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities. Second, the good news is that the good is much stronger than the evil. 3. An angel slaughters 185,000 mighty soldiers.
And it came to pass that night, that the angel of the Lord went out, and smote in the camp of the Assyrians 185,000. And when they rose early in the morning, behold, they were all dead corpses. To Kings 19:35.
Hezekiah did not have enough soldiers to go out and attack their camp, and God would not do it with sword or arrow. But he sent his angel, a destroying angel, in the dark of night to kill them. Even though the guards were on watch, they did not know who the killer was and could not fight back. Angels like this are the ones who killed all the firstborn of the Egyptians. The Jewish historian Josephus says the killing was done through a very severe disease, causing them to die instantly. The number of soldiers killed was very large, 185,000 people, and the great leader of the cupbearers seems to have been among them. Look at how great, in power and strength, the holy angels are, that one angel alone, in one night, could carry out such a massive slaughter.